Hi, and welcome to Esper's Tips and Tricks for Star Trek Online. I am your host, Esper. I know it's been a while for videos, but I've been quite busy for a while, so it was hard getting uh, time to actually make videos again. But I had a couple of hours free, so it's like, hey, let's go ahead and let's knock up another one because we have so much new content that has changed, that has dropped, and new things that have been added to the game, things that have changed since some of my other videos. So I may wind up doing a refresher course on some of the things that have changed since other videos. But today I wanted to go over the Phoenix prize pack. Uh, Mostly because there's some really good stuff in there. While most of it is only available for the character that opens it, there are a couple of items that are account unlocks. So I wanted to go over those so that people are aware of them and how to use them and how to claim them. Uh, so let's start off with getting the lock or the Phoenix boxes. First of all, it takes the lithium store under special items. And here you'll see the Phoenix prize packs. You can get a single one for 4,500 refined dilithium. You can get a pack of 10 for 40,000. Matter of fact, I had already purchased one prior to this. This is actually my third time shooting this video. I had issues with the first two times. So hopefully those will be fixed on this one. If not, I don't know what I'll do. But anyway, so once you get those, you can open them. Doesn't require anything special. You just open them and it will give you a random prize token from anywhere from. And you can, once you get these, you can right click on them, click use, and it will open up the store for it. But you can get a random one from epic down to uncommon. More than likely, uncommons, rares, and very rares are easy to get. The ultra rares and epics are really hard. I think the chances of getting an epic are the same as the lockbox and the promotions, which is like 1 in 200 opens. That doesn't guarantee that you'll get one. That just means that your chances of getting one are really low. But if you happen to get an epic token, that will be good for a T6 ship. These T6 ships are from previous events, the anniversary, the um, summer event, and the winter events. So anytime there's been a T6 ship, they should be available here. It's usually the next event. So if the summer event would go in once the next year's winter event, usually. It's usually a year behind. Uh, Notable uh, ships in this are the Bajoran Interceptor. It comes with the Domino console, which is really good for haste on your weapons. That's a big one, even though it also has a passive for phaser damage. You'll see this on a lot of people's builds, even though they're not using phasers. The Breen Plesh Heavy Raider has the trait Cold-Hearted, which is really big on the DPS side of things. The Kabali Samsar Cruiser is a very good tanking ship. And both the warp core that comes with this ship and a singularity core. I think you get both. No, Romulan captains will receive the singularity core. So if you're not Romulan, you won't get the singularity core. But everyone else will get the warp core. And the console for this, both of those are really good for tanking and heals. Uh, let's see, the Ferengi warship, I think it was the first T6 ship we got, and it was a summer event 5 years ago, I think. I think so, 5 years ago. Its notable thing was its bridge. It has the typical Ferengi bridge, meaning it has a Dabo table, a trader, duty officer, uh, a signer. You had access to both the exchange and mail and bank. So that's what made that one really nice. The Lucari Hokum Science Vessel. That's the one with the console that has the AOE hull hill, which is really awesome. And if you already have everything or there's nothing here that you really want, you can also trade this one down for 2 ultra rare prize tokens. Under the ultra rare, you have the T5 ships, and all of these are upgradable to T5U for free. Uh, the Breen ships and the 2 Ryson ships were all uh, these were both the winter events, and these were summer events before they started doing the T6 ships. Uh, so they're awesome. They're still good ships. I actually use the Ryson Luxury Cruiser on one of my captains. It's a theme build, and that ship takes a licking and keeps on ticking. It's really good. So I was hoping that this year would be, this is 2020. I was hoping that this one would actually have a T6 this year, but they're going to do a science one instead, and they've said that they will do the luxury cruiser next year. So there'll be a T6 for that one next year, and I'm looking forward to it. The notable exception here is the Jem'Hadar attack ship and the Voth Bulwark Dreadnought. Both came from lockbox ships, and they put them here. The Jem'Hadar attack ship, most people get this one for the pets. They don't actually get it for the ship itself. They get it for the pets. Because you can, once you unlock that ship, you can claim the pets from the fleet for your Jem'Hadar ships that have hangars. And of course, if you like nothing here and you have this token, you can actually downgrade this one for 2 very rare tokens. Under the very rare, notable things are the Risa mini board. This is only usable on Risa and your fleet colony. I do not know if this one is purchase it on one and it's unlocked for all your characters or not, because all of my accounts had this one already when it was actually released back in 2015 for Back to the Future Day. Everyone got this one for free, and you'll see it a lot on Risa because it's a really good board. There's only a couple of boards that are technically better with better speed or turn rates. So it's a really good board for running a lot of the missions. So you'll see a lot of these on Risa. So it's cheaper, honestly, to buy it here because this equivalent boards cost 1,000 of the favors. The winter or the summer event favors, and those take a long time to get. So this is actually a faster way of doing it, and it's your chance of getting a very rare are pretty good. The red matter capacitor, plus 25 power levels for 20 seconds, and this is a battery, so it does not use a console slot. This is an awesome thing. So it'll boost all 4 engines, shields, auxiliary, and weapons plus 25. Needless to say, that's a very good thing. I buy this on all my characters. It is a single character unlock. Matter of fact, I think all the blue equipment is single character. I might be wrong. It's really hard to prove some of these because of the way that they work, but I know for a fact that that one is single character. So I try and buy that one for all my characters. The consoles are okay, depending on what you're building. The crystalline spike is not great but it's not too bad. Basically, it taunts all foes and brings them towards it, and then it explodes. So it's not too bad. The Bozeman engine, I wasn't really impressed with it. It is one of the fastest engines in the game, but the shaking visual it gives just doesn't work for me. The Zephram Cochrane shotgun, this is a highly prized weapon for fighting Borg, as they cannot adapt to it. It is better to get this on a low level. This is character's only level 5. One of my brand new KDFs. I'm testing out the new content that they just dropped. So this is actually a very good weapon if you miss the event that gives it. If you have nothing else for physical damage for fighting the Borg. So that's a great weapon. The crystalline energy torpedo is an AP damage energy torpedo. Uh, I think there's an energy torpedo for everything in the game now. But a lot of times I will buy these at low level, upgrade them, so that when I get to the Endeavor system at level 52, if an Endeavor comes up for, hey, you need a AP damage in space, and I have a disruptor build, I just throw one of these torpedoes on there to get all my AP damage. So that's a awesome one. These, of course, these are all physical weapons, but these are all melee weapons down here. The Sompek Pulse Wave. This is one of 3 Sompek weapons. There's one in the very rare, one in the rare, one in the uncommon, and we'll go over those later. It's part of a set. These all deal electrical damage, which is a unique energy type. So most enemies who have resistances to certain things may not have resistance to electrical. And electrical is supposed to be really good against devices. So drones, turrets, uh, power armor, stuff like that is more susceptible to the electric damage. So that's a nice weapon. If you missed the ship, getting the ship, and for the Bajoran set, you can claim those here. And actually, these are decent for the low level if you don't have anything better. And they give you some advantages. So these are good until you can get better. The Agony Phaser is the same thing as the Crystalline Energy, except it's phaser damage. So I usually get both of these on all my characters for later in-game endeavors. They're good for that. The next one is the Prolonged Engagement Set. There is a console, the Photon Torpedo, and a weapon, a beam array, a phaser beam array, or phaser dual cannon. These are account unlocks, so you buy them on one character, and then you can reclaim them on any other character on your account. I generally buy, well, because I actually ran the missions that gave these, I already have them. My wife's account, who she's not played in a while, I happened to log into hers for a while to try and get her some of the nice stuff, and I found out these are account unlocks because she didn't run the missions that gave these, so I unlocked them, and now she can get them for all characters. I recommend both the console and the torpedo at least on all characters, especially low level, because it gives. Right here, the 2-piece set is a 7.5% reduction on all bridge officer abilities. So at low level, that's a really good thing to have. I've got the console there, and I've got the torpedo there. Notice I'm only level 5, so I don't have a lot of things open yet. But I use them on almost all my characters. And of course, if you have everything else there and there's nothing you want, you can do the rare. Get 2 rares for every 1 very rare. Under the rare category, the first one is just a pet, so it's not really useful unless you want a crystalline pet following you. Got a console. It's good for AP damage and damage resistance. I've not really used the automated defense turret, so I don't know how well it is. And then we go into the 4 cards for Admiralty. These are all decent. At the very least, I recommend you get the VSS Tanis. This one will complete any of the X of 10 missions for all of them, up to 8 by itself. It gives a plus 50 when it's alone to all stats. So it will, for the most part, it will clear all the missions of at least 8 to 10. And at 9 to 10 and 10 to 10, depending on the other modifiers, you may have to add another ship or different ships. But this one is good to at least complete those. The Phoenix Replica Small Craft is a shuttle-sized craft, but it eliminates all modifiers. So if you had like a mission that had a plus 50 to engineering, this will get rid of that plus 50. So it's a decent one to have, and these both have really good stats. I recommend them all, but that doesn't unlock to level 52, so you don't have to get those immediately. Matter of fact, even if you did get these, they won't even show up till 52. Duty officers, which you can start at a level 11. I definitely recommend Neil and Hakiv. Neil is his advantage. He is a Borg warfare specialist. Slot him in your ground, and he takes care of bonus to Borg in both ground and space. So keep him on your slot him in your ground, and he will take care of your space. So it's almost like an extra duty officer for space. Hakiv, he is generally a space one. His advantage is if you have hazard emitters, that it sort of splashes to your other allies within 3 kilometers, so it'll give them the equivalent of a little bit of hull heal. So if you do your hull heal and you're close to somebody, it will help them a little bit. And the rest of these, while they have generally common abilities, but they are all very rare, with one exception. They're all very rare duty officers, so it's always worth getting these. Of course, this one is rare. They, like I said, with exception of those first two, all the rest, their active abilities are so-so. If you missed the Delta Arc anniversary, which gave away this uniform, you can reclaim it here if you wanted it for your characters. That's a free costume, or it's a costume that takes a rare token. So it's not rare tokens are pretty easy to get. Here's a Starship Mastery. I've never used this one personally. But if you're lacking on Starship Masteries, because you don't have a lot of starships, here would be a good one to have. The Doctor from Voyager is right here. You can use him on Federation, KDF, or Romulan or Dominion, as long as you've chosen a faction. Actually, let me rephrase that. This is an EMH Mark I Bridge Officer. It is the Doctor on a Federation aligned character, and it is just a plain Doctor. This one on a KDF. She is the KDF EMH. But still, it's free, a good Doctor for your ground. Here's the second Sompek weapon, the Blast Assault weapon. Notice that the very rare one, the Sompek weapon, was a rare weapon. So at low level, and once you upgrade it, it is not auto upgradable, meaning you have to upgrade it from level 2 or Mark 2. So it will take a while to get up to Epic, but starting lower is better. Under the rare, the Sompek here is Infinity, meaning it levels with you up till level 50, and then at level 50 you can put it and upgrade it, and it will become Mark 12. So actually, if you're lucky, this one actually could be ultra rare or epic before Mark 12. So, give me the Sompek. These are also good. I actually ran the event, and I usually use these on my character. Matter of fact, this character has them right here. And of course, if the Sompek Lightning is a kit module, very good. It basically strikes one character and a couple around them, and if they're low level, generally they'll die in one shot. So it it's a really good kit module. Anyone can use it. It's not uh, specific to any one career. And of course, if you have everything or not wanting anything, you can actually downgrade these to two of the uncommons. Under uncommon, you have some tribbles. The notable ones are the Radon, which gives you the lithium, the Bolrehan, which gives you one Romulan mark. That's per hour. So every hour when it expires, you can click it again, and it'll give you one mark. So not really worth it, but at the same time, sometimes I know I've been in many cases where it's like, I need one mark. I'm short one mark, so that actually helps sometimes. And of course, they give other bonuses. And the Solanae, which also gives one Dyson. These are just pets. These are three ground pets and one space pet, if you want them. Then you have emotes here that are actually here. They're only usable on the ground. Click emotes. Oops. This is so touchy. And you can actually lock this bar right here, and then I usually expand it up, especially for the dances. So you can do all the dances right here. I've noticed I've already unlocked the Jester one. It's just amusing. Oops. Go back to here. Oop. So you can unlock those as you wish. Some starship emotes if you wish. The other notable things are the gloves. These are the third Sompek weapon. Again, deal physical damage. Of course, these are melee, so melee physical. And then the Sompek shield, which is the other part of the two-piece. Both of these are account unlocks. I recommend getting them. Well, maybe not so. At least one of the weapons and the shield. Because once you unlock the shield, and I'll go through it here in a minute, it is account unlocked for everyone. And so you can actually put this on all of your bridge officers. You'll notice I have it on my captain and all my bridge officers. And I've only played the Sompek Blast Assault. And if you notice, it gives a two-piece set of that, which is very unique. Plus 25 kit readiness, which is always nice. And then once every 15 seconds, whenever you're performing CPR, you're reviving one of your characters who've died or been knocked out. It will knock back all your foes 15 meters, and it will shock them for 52.5 electrical damage, with half of that going through the shield. So if someone dies and they're surrounded by enemies, if you go to click the CPR and revive them, click the CPR, then it will knock all your foes flying away. So that's a very good shield. It's a decent shield, and it will last you up till you can replace it with something better. And it will level with you all the way up till level 50. At level 50, you can put it into the upgrade blender, and it will make it Mark 12, and then you can actually upgrade it from that point if you wish. Various credit pools, the fleet credit, fleet marks, reputation, commendation. I usually I buy similar things off of the exchange. I always buy some for the reputation to give me a bonus on my reputation, because 20% additional reputation marks is always nice. That means if you get 100 reputation in something you're running, it'll actually give you 120. So more marks for less work, basically, or the same amount of work, more marks, and the same. Of course, the fleet credit and the fleet mark is the mark you get, but the fleet credit is the one you really want. I usually get the larger ones on the exchange for this one. They're usually 500,000 or so each. But notice I don't have anything on this one yet for the boost yet. She's still level 5. I just got her out of the tutorial recently. And here's the one that everyone really gets the Phoenix packs for, the universal upgrades. These are really nice. 51,200 tech points per item. To give an example, I've already got a couple right here. I'm not going to do it right now. Actually, I think these are already done. Nope. Yeah, I've already boosted all this equipment up. What I normally do is I will get, especially for low levels, I will craft other items on a different tune. I've got a specific crafting captain, and they will craft me weapons. So I get really decent weapons to start my game out. So notice I'm level 5 and I already have all purple equipment thanks to my crafter. But generally I will put one of those tech grades into these, and that will actually boost them up as you level. You can, every time you hit the 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, it will upgrade. Generally, one of those will go Mark 9 at the lowest for weapons, and usually for a console, it will go all the way up to Mark 12 before it needs another one. So that's one way of actually upgrading all your equipment for relatively cheap, and having good equipment to get you to level 50 when you can actually start doing your reputations for better equipment and other missions and stuff and fleet gear. So that's just a few things I wanted to go over on the Phoenix pack. I know there's a lot of new players to the game. Welcome. I know I assisted someone the other day who was asking for help in chat, and he said, "Hey, anyone got 30 minutes they can help me? I'm brand new and I know nothing." I said, "Sure." So we actually got on Discord, and I worked with him over 4 hours on just explaining basics. And it's like sometimes you don't, as an older player, it's hard to think of how much this game has in it that is just, you have to learn it, and it's like there's a lot of stuff. So that's why I put out these videos, to hopefully assist. Well, that's it for right now. I hope everyone's having a great day, and let's talk to you next time.